and I'm back with another album review. For the next 5 reviews, I'll be reviewing the albums from Daft Punk, which was an electronic music duo from Paris, France, who were active from '93 to 2021. The group consisted of Guy-Manuel de Cristo and Thomas Bangalter. Their gimmick is that they dress like robots out in public, though they didn't start doing that until '99. Although they don't use the Daft Punk name anymore, they are still composing music to this very day and still share a studio. So it's good to know that there's no bad blood between these guys. On a side note, most of the artists I've talked about in my album review series originate from either the US or UK. Now I'm going to talk about an artist from France. I'm also going in a completely different direction by reviewing music from electronic bands rather than a rock or metal band this time. Anyways, today's review is on Homework, which was the group's debut album. It was completely self-produced since Daft Punk made almost all the music by themselves. The album was recorded and mixed at Daft House in Paris, France. It was mastered by Nilesh Patel at The Exchange in London, England. The album was released on January 20th, '97 in Europe, and March 25th the same year in America on Virgin Records and Soma Quality Recordings. Now let's talk about the songs. The intro to this album is deaf and direct. This is actually an excerpt from a live show in Ghent, Belgium. The next track is WDPK 83.7 FM. Strangely enough, this was made as a tribute to FM radio in America. After that is Revolution 909, which was released as a single on February 16th, '98. This song is about how the French government was against raves around that time. On a side note, people are known to do drugs at raves, and I've never actually attended a rave before. A music video was made, there's a link in the description. Next up is Defunct, which was released as a single on May 8th, '95. This means that it predates the album by nearly 2 years. Spike Jonze directed the song's music video, there's a link in the description. Up next is Phoenix. What's strange is that Daft Punk combined house music with some elements of gospel music for this track. Granted, I don't really listen to gospel music. That's followed up by Fresh. I'm going to go off track and bring out the fact that Devo also have a song called Fresh, and it's not a cover of the Daft Punk song. We follow up with Around the World, which was released as a single on April 7th, '97. This is one of the band's most popular songs, and I've heard it on my store's radio dozens of times. The following track is Rollin' and Scratchin'. I feel like this is one of the lesser known songs from this album. The track after that is Teachers. The song is made as a tribute to some of the house artists that Daft Punk took influence from, hence the title. The track that follows is High Fidelity. This seems to be another lesser known song from this album. The track that comes next is Rock and Roll. The irony is that this isn't actually a rock song. The track that comes after that is Oh Yeah. The song features DJ Krav and DJ D-Lat. What comes next is Burden, which was released as a single on September 15th, '97. What's strange is that the single was released 20 years before Cassini took his plunge into the atmosphere of Saturn, which was also the same day Foo Fighters released Concrete and Gold. The title alone makes you think of Beavis, and you can probably guess why. A music video was made, there's a link in the description. What comes after that is Indo Silver Club. The song was released as a single on February 26, '96. The second to last track is Alive. Fun fact, the 2 live albums from Daft Punk have Alive in their names, whereas I don't have either of their live albums, and I'm only reviewing their studio albums and the soundtrack they made. More on the soundtrack in a later episode. The finale of this album is Funk Ad. This is basically Defunct, only reversed. When researching this album, I read that it peaked at number 150 on the Billboard 200 and number 5 on the US Heatseekers albums. It was also certified gold in America, platinum in France, Belgium, the UK, and New Zealand, and 2 times platinum in Canada. The critics really liked it. Hell, even Pitchfork gave it a 7.6 out of 10. Now, they almost never give albums that high of a rating. Now for my thoughts. I think this is a really good album. It's interesting that some of the songs predate the release of the album by more than a year. Then again, the album was recorded before these guys were signed on to a record label. When it comes to people's favorite electronic band, it's usually between The Prodigy and Daft Punk. Granted, I'm biased towards The Prodigy, even though my favorite electronic band is Depeche Mode. I still like Daft Punk though, and I highly recommend this album. On a side note, a remix version of this album was released on February 22nd, 2022 to coincide with the album's 25th anniversary. Granted, I didn't buy that because I don't really care for remixes, let alone remix albums. And now is the part where I question you. Have you listened to Homework? If so, what do you think about it? What's your favorite song from it? Now, what's your favorite electronic band? Did you listen to Homework remixes? And let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to press the notification bell to notified of future videos. Thanks for watching. Now back soon with another review.